Dr. Yuri Verkoshansky was a sports scientist from Russia and worked with many Olympians in the 60s and 70s and is the inventor of plyometrics. He had at the top of his hierarchy for generating explosiveness and improving vertical jump, the Olympic lifts with the barbell, and depth jumps. Nothing else helped to improve his athletes' vertical jump more than those two things. He also always had a strength block before training these movements. So he would program a phase of training exclusively for strength before going into these movements. So before we practice Olympic movements to increase power, we have to improve our strength, as strength precedes power. After all, one of my favorite quotes is, "Strength is the mother of all physical qualities." The two main movements that I use with my athletes to increase lower body strength are the barbell back squat and the barbell deadlift. When you look at the difference between the two exercises, you can see that the deadlift puts more emphasis on the hip extension musculature, while the squat puts more emphasis on the knee extension musculature due to the different moment arm of each exercise. A moment arm is simply the length between a joint axis and the line of force acting on the joint. The longer the moment arm is, the more load will be applied to the joint axis through leverage. Now let me clarify something. When I say squat, I mean a full range of motion squat. None of these quarter squats or half squats, none of these partial squats. Full squats allowed only. Full range of motion means hamstrings are covering the calf muscle in the bottom position. You literally can't go down any farther. I hear all the time from athletes and coaches alike, but basketball players don't squat all the way down before jumping up for a rebound. I know this, but full squatting has a host of benefits, including protecting the knee from injury and improved muscle recruitment, which we'll get into in a later video. Looking at the research, a paper from September of 2019 confirmed this by stating that the results suggest that full squat training is more effective for developing the lower limb muscles. And even more telling, at improving your vertical jump, a 2012 paper confirmed that deep front and back squats guarantee performance-enhancing transfer effects of dynamic maximal strength to dynamic speed strength capacity of hip and knee extensors compared with quarter squats. So while we have scientific proof, we also need to look at what has worked for athletes in their own training. And as arguably the greatest strength coach of all time, Charles Poliquin, used to say, anecdotal evidence confirmed for him long before the research was there that full range of motion squat movements had greater transfer to athletic performance than half or quarter squats did. So build up your strength in the squat and deadlift, and then transfer this strength into force production by way of Olympic lifting and jumping practice.